Dear ones, we are now moving to the new chapter. You have already done the silent reading and marked all the important parts. I know that you will love this story, A Snake in the Grass by R.K. Narayan. It was a sunny afternoon. It was a hot afternoon. The inmates of the bungalow were at their siesta. The inmates of the bungalow. That means the people in the house were taking rest after their lunch. A cyclist rang his bell at the gate frantically and shouted, "A cyclist!" He rang the bell how? Frantically, very crazily, madly. He rang the bell and shouted, "A big cobra has got into your compound. A big cobra has got into your compound. It crossed my wheel. It just crossed my wheel." He pointed to its track under the gate. He pointed to the track under the gate. Where the snake moved, he showed the place and resumed his journey. And he continued his journey. There is a question here.
Identify the references to time, locale or scene and the character in the first part of the story. So read the part again and find the answer for yourself. Second question, why did the cyclist ring the bell and shout?
The family consisted of the mother and her 4 sons. In the family, mother was there and 4 sons also. They were greatly agitated to hear the news, greatly tensed to hear this news. Soon they assembled at the gate. Soon they came to the gate. Their old servant Dasa was sleeping in the shed. They had another character there, member there, an old servant Dasa, and he was sleeping in his shed peacefully. They shook him out of his sleep. They wanted to wake him up and told him about the arrival of the cobra and told him about the arrival of cobra. They informed him that a snake has got into their compound. "There isn't any cobra here," he replied, "Oh no, there isn't any cobra." And he tried to dismiss the matter. And what did he do? He tried to dismiss the matter. They swore at him and wanted to him to be serious. They told him, "See, you have to be very serious. The thing is there somewhere. If it is not found before the evening, we will dismiss you. The thing is somewhere here. If it is not found before the evening, we will dismiss you." Here the dismiss word meaning is slightly different. Here, send him away. You don't seem to care for the garden. We know that you are not caring the garden. That's why all these creatures are coming in. So there is a question here.
What did the members of the family accuse the gardener of?
Some neighbors dropped in. Some neighbors also came. They looked accusingly at Dasa, accusingly, blamingly. They looked very blamingly at Dasa. "You have the laziest servant on earth," they said. What did they say? They told the family members that you have the laziest servant on earth. You ought to keep the surroundings tidy. Then they told the servant Dasa that he need to keep the surroundings tidy, clean. "I have been asking for a grass cutter for months," Dasa said. Dasa then excused himself, saying that they are not buying and giving the grass cutter. In one voice, they ordered him to manage with the available things and learn not to make demands. And suddenly, hearing this, the family members and the people surrounded him were very angry, and they said in one voice and ordered him that he has to manage with the available things. Meanwhile, more neighbors assembled. Meanwhile, more neighbors came. They began discussing snake menace, the dangerous poisonous snake. They were discussing about it and the dangers of snake bite. You have already placed that in the previous video saying about the snake. You made the snake, all the importance of it, the dangerous part of it. Okay, you have done it well, that part. They began helping the neighbor in every possible way. They started helping this family to find the snake. They tucked up their dhotis, tucked up. Haven't you seen your father or mother is about to work very hard in the yard or at home? They will tuck up their dhotis or saris or lungis, isn't it? And seized every available knife and crowbar and began to hack the garden. Hack the garden means they started to clean it, cut it. Creepers, bushes and lawns were laid low. Everything, the creepers, bushes, lawns, everything made low. They cut it. What could not be trimmed was cut to the root. What could not be trimmed, even it has, they should not trim it, but even that was cut to the root. The inner walls of the house brightened. At that time, what had happened, since everything is now they have cut it, and the inner walls of the house brightened, and very much light there was, with unobstructed glare streaking in. Unobstructed light means glare, means there is no obstructions for the light to come in and streaking in. When there was nothing more to be done, Dasa asked triumphantly. That means everything they have done, cleaned well, and triumphantly, very joyfully, as though he has won. Dasa said, "Where is the snake?" Yes, I'm also asking you, where might be the snake? Find out your answer. So, here we were reading about the available things, the things that are used in the gardening. So in page number 29, you can see a puzzle here, and you have to read it. It is given downwards and across. Then find out the answers for it.
In this puzzle, fill the blank spaces of the column and find out what these are used for, and fill in the blanks below.
The third activity given below are a few tongue twisters. Take turns to read them aloud. So, do the tongue twisters. Why tongue twisters? Listening to and repeating tongue twisters is one way to improve your English pronunciation. It will help you to acquire the lexical elements in a non-conscious manner. So, try your luck and put the video for me. At least 5 times you have to repeat the same tongue twister.
Not only the tongue twisters which are given in this textbook, but also the tongue twisters that you know and have learned earlier. Write them in your notebook and present the video too. Let us also write the question that is given in the textbook, page 25, fourth one. What do you mean by snake menace? Have you heard of any other such menaces? Write them down in the notebook and do all the exercises and activities which are given in this video, and we shall meet for the next. Thank you.